So we're actually moving on to geometry today. We're starting with proofs, and we're going to do them with algebraic proofs. Before we get into proofs, I'm just going to describe. Basically, it's me solving a problem and then listing the reasons how I got to my answer. So if anyone comes and looks at it, they can be like, oh yeah, this makes sense. So we have a few reasons we need to go over. I have my addition property of equality. So if I have A equals B, then I can add a number to both of them. Right. So if I have A plus C, then it should equal B plus C. He's not here.
He's not here.
Same idea for my subtraction property of equality. If I have A and B equaling the same thing, then if I subtract a number from both of them, it should also be the same thing. My multiplication property of equality, if I have two things that equal each other, if I multiply them by a third number, they should still equal each other. I have division property of equality, so if A equals B, and then I also need to know that C can't equal 0 because I'm going to be dividing by it, then A divided by C should equal B divided by C. Okay, I have my distributive property, so I want to go ahead and distribute this. That's going to become 3x plus 15. My next one is to simplify. That's combining like terms, so I want to add those together. It's going to be 8x minus 5. My symmetric property of equality, if I have 5 equals x, then I can flip it around, and x equals 5. And my last property that we need to know for algebraic proofs is substitution property of equality. So if A equals B, then I can replace anything that says A with B in any expression. So this wants me to solve this equation. And it tells me I might not use all the rows. So my first statement is always going to be the problem. And my first reason is always going to be given. So, just looking at my statement side, how would I normally solve this? What's my first step? So, what's 5 times 2x? And 5 times negative 7? And then my reason is going to be the distributive property. Okay, what do I want to do next? Simplify. What do I get when I simplify? What is my next step going to be? And I'm going to abbreviate property as prop. What do I get when I add? So we get 80 equals 10x. So my next reason is going to be the division property of equality. What do I get when I divide? Okay. Do I typically like my x on the right? No, so I'm going to flip it around. What do I say when I flip it around? Do I need that last box? Okay, I'm going to work through one more with you guys, and then I'm going to give you some time to work on the rest. So, this one, what do I want to start off with doing? Okay. What should I do to solve this? How? Okay, so since I'm adding 7 to both sides, this is going to be the addition property of equality. And then how do I get epsilon? What do I get when I divide? Okay, so for number 2, what did you guys get for the first line? For the first line? Okay. And what do we get when we distribute? Okay, the next one. And what do we get when we simplify? My next step. Not addition, because everything's currently positive, but I need to move it over. Okay, so this one you can switch with the next step. What do you want me to subtract first? No one's going to pick them, I will. I'm going to subtract the 5x. but you could subtract the 2x, the 1, or the 4. My next step is going to be what? Subtraction again. Like I said, these two steps might look a little different for you. They should definitely both be subtraction properties, but they might be in a different order, or you might have moved the other side. When I subtract, though, what should I get next? Equals 3. I think if your x is on the other side, you have negative 3 equals 3x. Okay, what should I do next? This would be the same if you have the x on the other side. When I divide, what do I get for my answer? X equals negative 1. I can divide the negative at the same time. If your x is on the other side, you're going to have one more step, and you're going to need to use the symmetric property. For the last one, what do I want to start off with? Yep. Okay, and my next step is to... Okay. This one could be switched with the next step. But what am I adding if I'm writing addition? So I add the 4x over to turn it into a 7x. So if I do addition first, my next step should be So what do I get when I do subtraction? And then we just need to write one more row. This box doesn't have an L. What's my last step? Someone else? Division. And what do I get when I divide?